Schlockmeister fans, we're going to watch a brand new Blu-ray. It's called Scream for Help. Let's check it out.
My name is Christina Ruth Cromwell. I'm 17 and I live in New Rochelle. I think my stepfather is trying to murder my mother.
There's Christina. And there's her stepfather.
I heard a weird noise, like some kind of banging on the pipes.
Well, it must have been me. I was in the study doing some paperwork.
Anyway, the next day at the house,
Mom?
somebody died. A worker got electrocuted.
What's going on?
The man from the power company came to read the meter and electrocuted himself.
How did it happen?
Mrs. Fox, well, that's the lights on.
Can I?
Christy suspects Paul, her stepfather.
That's why he's so upset. I'm upset because his stepfather just tried to murder my mother.
No shit.
I'm telling the truth, Josh Daly. Your father's over at my house investigating it right now. What happened anyway? A man from the power company touched our fuse box and got electrocuted.
So she decides to take several days to follow her stepfather, Paul, see where he's been disappearing to. The Bowl residence. And what does she see? Daddy getting cozy with Brenda Bowl.
Won't be long before we're together all the time.
Mom? I caught him cheating on you.
What?
He also fixed that fuse box in the basement. It killed that man, but it was meant to kill you.
Oh, sweetie, calm down. You're hysterical.
Christy is persistent, though, and she uses her friend Josh's dad's car and continues to follow Paul. And almost gets into an accident. And wouldn't you know, the gas pedal gets stuck.
The brake! Get the brake!
No use! Nothing works! Out of control!
They're eventually able to get out of this by crashing. Christy tracks Paul down at a hotel with Brenda.
My brother keeps grumbling about all the time I'm taking.
We have to talk about it now. We don't have to talk about anything now.
So she took her friend Janie along to spy on Paul at the hotel.
I want to party and travel. I have
She's pregnant, apparently. Looks like Paul hit the wrong girl.
Yes.
Janie died.
Thanks for not telling your mother about what you saw today.
She believed me.
Probably not, but I appreciate it anyway. I won't see Miss Bowl again.
Josh comes over.
Where are your folks?
They went to the Rotary Club dance.
Josh, would you help me break into Brenda Bowles' house?
Oh, come on, Christy.
Oh, listen, it's only over on Stone Avenue.
She's going to lose her virginity to Josh, too.
You've never done this.
What's about Janie?
That was Janie's boyfriend, by the way, so he moves on quickly.
Yes.
Seems like Paul was about to do something to kill Janie, too. Or, I'm sorry, Christy.
My God, you're gonna kill me too.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
The next morning, Christy goes back to Brenda Bowles' house with a camera this time, and she finds Paul and Brenda doing the deed, and she snaps a photo of them. He finds the picture before Christy can grab it.
Girl, tuck it.
So what's
This is supposed to be her brother, but it's actually
told you?
her husband.
Sleeping with him until he kills them. Then we can do whatever we want.
He's gonna give her the picture.
Here,
He's tired of his wife screwing Paul.
get out of here.
Don't you touch me.
I'm not gonna hurt you. Is
Now
this
Mom
fair?
knows.
Nothing more?
I don't want to talk about it.
We've got to talk about
I
it.
just want you out of this house now.
So Paul is kicked out, but he's coming back with Brenda
Oh my God!
and the guy he doesn't know is her husband. And there's trouble brewing. They get locked in the basement.
She's a slut. Caught her in bed fucking a little friend of hers, Josh Dealey.
Okay. So maybe I did go to bed with Josh.
So Christy tells Paul the truth that he overheard about those two. Paul decides to bring her up
So, Brenda,
to set her up.
for how long have you and Lacey been married?
You got it all wrong, kid. Lacey's my brother.
Oh, come on, Brenda. I was hiding in your house when you two were fighting. I heard everything.
So a fight ensues.
It's to kill you.
They're still planning to kill them and somehow
About 2 hours.
get all her money.
Have a nice wait, ladies.
'Cause Paul is married to Christy's mom.
You were dead.
Christy and her mom come up with a plan. She's going to go upstairs to pee,
Leave it open.
and Christy's mom is going to turn off the power.
What's going on?
Christy goes into her bathroom
You little cunt!
and basically sets up what Paul was trying to set up earlier. And then she gives herself up. Paul comes over.
What we did wasn't wrong.
She insults him to hopefully convince him that something's wrong.
I couldn't.
Why not?
Because I don't care about you, you stupid idiot. I don't even like you. I just wanted to lose my chair to someone.
Finishing off.
Christy and Mom are setting up something in the basement, too.
Once this shorts, whoever tries to fix it's gonna die.
What about a ground?
That's the
It's all over.
They set it up for the power to go off, which you saw in the basement there, just in time. When Brenda goes to the fuse box to try to fix it, she fries, and that's the end of Brenda. Meanwhile, in her bedroom, Christy sets up Paul to open her door. And there he blows. Josh has come back, by the way, with his father, who's the policeman. Brenda and Paul are dead. Lacey managed to escape, but they're rescued. Rachel is staying at Josh's house for a while. Nice Dexy's Midnight Runners poster, by the way.
Josh, I was so scared.
About what?
I thought you were Lacey coming to get me.
And then Lacey does show up. That's our final act of the movie. Alright, let's talk about Scream for Help. This is a movie that I had on a beta tape back in the 80s. On my old YouTube channel, I reviewed this movie, and I had a DVD-R made out of it with some box art, homemade box art. And now the good folks at Scream Factory have just released this on DVD. In fact, I pre-ordered it like 3 months ago when it was first announced. And it was supposed to come out, I think, September 17th. which is 2 days from now. Is that right? 2 days from now? No, 3 days from now. 18th, I think it was supposed to come out. But it came in like 2.5, 3 weeks early. It just showed up a few weeks ago. So finally got around to watching it now. So anyway, I've always liked this movie. I saw it on cable in the mid-'80s, 1986 or so. It's kind of like a stepfather type movie where the girl suspects her stepfather of trying to kill her mother, which it is true. He's trying to do. They have some money, and he's trying to kill her for all her money, I guess. And I don't know what's going to happen to Christy. I think she'd be taken care of in the will, too, but whatever. So anyway, she starts to suspect him, and then she follows him, and she finds out he's having an affair with this woman named Brenda. And Brenda is working with Paul. They're trying to work together so they can kill her, and then they can live happily ever after with her money. But turns out Brenda, they have another accomplice too, this guy named Lacey, who is supposedly Brenda's brother, but Lacey's actually Brenda's husband, which Christy overhears at some point. So now he knows not only is Paul a bad guy, but they're all bad guys, and they're trying to double cross each other too. So eventually she's able to prove to her mother that Paul is cheating, and then mother kicks Paul out of the house, but then Paul, Lacey, and Brenda show up and terrorize the place. They're going to kill them, take the money. Christy reveals to Paul that, hey, Brenda is really Lacey's wife, not sister. That comes out, and then a big fight ensues. Eventually, Brenda and Christy and her mother are able to set up the house, kind of Home Alone style, and they blow up Paul, and they electrocute Brenda. Lacey escapes, but they get rescued, and then the final scene in the movie, Lacey shows back up. I think that's really realistic, but he did, and then Christy knifed him in the gut. So there you go. Again, a really good movie. A couple of nude scenes in this movie. Really kind of an erotic nude scene, I think. Also full frontal nudity by the lady who plays Brenda. I think this was her only role. I remember looking up on IMDb when I first reviewed this movie, back when they had message boards on there. Somebody tracked Brenda down. This was not her real name. She's working like in Minneapolis area as like a yoga instructor or something now. So anyway, a few nude scenes, some decent gore scenes actually, and a pretty good movie overall. I like this movie a lot. I'm really glad that they finally put this out on Blu-ray. This was its DVD Blu-ray debut. Only on Blu-ray though, and there is an there's an audio commentary from I think the guy who does was the screenwriter, I think. No, actually, there's an interview with him. There's an audio commentary from something called Hysteria Lives. I don't know what that is. But there's also an interview with Paul, the stepfather here. He has like a 50-minute interview. He talks about the movie, which was kind of cool. I watched that as well. So check it out. It's called Scream for Help. I highly recommend this movie. Track it down if you haven't seen it. It's kind of a lost movie from the 80s, but it's a good one. Watch it. Leave some comments down below. We'll talk about it. Scream for Help. Bye.